People are fighting hard to get you guys into court or out of there. I'm terrified every day for what's happening to you guys. I love you very much. And anything I can do, just you guys gotta let me know. And I love you dearly. And just hang on. Gotta give you the strength.
All right, you're on the line with Peter Schwartz. Go ahead, Peter.
Hi, everybody. It's Pete here. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Peter.
I just thank you very much, Pam. We love you too. I mean, all the support and prayers, it means so much to us. I mean, it really does. It keeps us motivated. And I mean, I know that things seem bleak now, but I think if we keep praying, I think things are going to get better.
Yeah.
And I think I heard you say something about how it was an entrapment. And that's absolutely 110% the truth. I mean, most of us went there just to watch our president speak, and I believed it to be a historical speech. And like all of the bomb threats, and they were taking down the trespassing signs and just all this crazy stuff. The people who were still at the Trump speech, we had no idea that was happening, and Trump said to walk on down there, so we had no reason to believe that we were even trespassing. And myself, I don't know if you are, but got out of control. It was an entrapment scheme from way before we even got there, and none of us had any reason to think we were walking into any kind of entrapment scheme. But I'm glad you are out there, and I'm glad everybody listening in is listening and paying attention, because, I mean, these are important messages that we want people to know that our own government has entrapped us, and this is how they're treating us. They have us in here in this gulag, and the message isn't to us. They don't really believe we did anything terrible. They know that. It really is to everybody else. That if you think a certain way,
that's right.
Yeah, it's really not even to us. We're just the pawns of it. And, it's disgraceful. And one of them is showing up, and so that's really getting people to realize just how bad our government has gotten by this point. And there's a lot of different groups working for us. I mean, you guys out there, there's other groups all over the place. And I think, I mean, we all come from different walks of life, and I mean, some people don't agree on how to help, and there may be different tactics, but we're really all focused on the same goal. And I hope we can just overlook some of the differences that people have between each other and just stay focused on the one real goal that we're all working on here. And it's our release as one point, but also to reform this government and to stop this type of corruption that's going on in our country.
Well, thank you. You I can see by the timer you have probably about 7 minutes left.
And God, 276 capital B as in bless. And this has good, but I'm not a young man anymore. I don't know how many more years I have to give to my career. And my trial is coming up on November 1st. Anybody is welcome to come. In fact, I encourage you. I would like people to see just exactly how the government is getting these convictions on people. And I'm hoping, of course, to be found not guilty, because I'm not guilty, but they have a lot of tricks. I have Judge Maida, who he is also doing the Oath Keepers, and the Oath Keepers is very high profile, but they've divided them into two groups, and they're sandwiching me in between there. And I'm just a regular individual. I'm just a working class guy, I mean, I had a wife, a home, and all that stuff. I'm not in any groups, and I don't necessarily think there's anything wrong with it, because it is our constitutional right. But when you're in a group, you do somewhat subscribe to a certain group think or a group idea, and they can use that against each and every person in that group. Well, me being sandwiched in between there, I'm being credited with other people's thoughts, ideas, and evidences. And in the same way that it's done with the Oath Keepers, there's some good people that have pretty normal lives, car salesmen, military people, just regular middle America that are also Oath Keepers, but they've attached a few boat anchors to each one of their trials. So a few of the people going in are going to say some crazy things and make them look guilty of a sedition or an insurrection, when that was absolutely not their intent. But because it's a group, they're going to try to take down even the innocents and the people who had good intentions and who weren't working against them. So, and they're doing the same thing with me. They have somebody on my case that hopefully I'll be severed from, but he's a co-defendant, and his strategy, crazy as it is to go in there and try to say that everybody at the event was guilty of trying to take over the government, but it's justified because they stole the election. And until the election is actually in court proven to be stolen, even though I do believe as my co-defendant, they're going to use all his evidence, his thoughts, and his ideas against me. This is absolutely unfair. I'm trying to get myself separated. I'm trying to get as many people as I possibly can to know my story and understand that I'm just an individual. I mean, I'm an American. I'm a Christian. I stand for freedom and Christian values, and I want our country to be pretty much like the country that I was born into. I was born in the 70s. It was a pretty great place back then. And so what I'm hoping is that if everybody stands up and we continue doing really what you guys are doing, then hopefully we can return our country and restore it to something righteous and something like it was when we were growing up.
We sure hope so, but you know what you're talking about is having a co-defendant. They've been doing that a lot. I mean, we went to the Oath Keepers jury selection, and I know we were talking, and you know, all the people trying to go through the jury process, and you know, people asked to be separated and have individual trials, and to me that just shows they're trying the day and not the man. They just go in there with a blanket idea that everybody's guilty because they were there, and just the way they're trying people illustrates that that's true. You know, every single one of those Oath Keepers there deserves their own trial, and they deserve to be separated and have their day in court, not 5 people's day in court at one time. So the whole violation of everybody's constitutional rights and the way that has been set aside is just blowing everybody's mind. You know, everybody's like, well, they can't do this and they can't do that, but they're doing it right in front of America.
Mm-hmm.
They really are. It's unbelievable to me. I mean, I know that our justice system has been very corrupt for at least a couple decades, but I mean, it's just, at least they pretended to have the interest in justice before.
Right. Yep. They weren't so blatant.
Now,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, now it's like they're doing it tauntingly, because I still believe that the message is to everybody not in jail. They'll do this to you guys too.
And they have. Lots of, you know, lots of people have been put on government watch lists and, you know, had some of their freedoms taken away for who their associates are. So, yeah, they absolutely are. It's a shut up or be shut up kind of idea going on out here.
Yeah, another thing I really like about this little venue here is that it does give us a chance to get some voice, because obviously they want to censor all conservative voices, and certainly ours. So this is really helpful to us, and I hope a lot of people are tuning in, and I hope a lot of people pass this message on and pass the links to these shows forward, and just let as many people as you possibly can know. I mean, we all can make a difference together.
Yes, we can, and we do have live streamers out here that go out to several different countries, and so actually several thousand people are listening to you right now.
That's excellent. You've done a great job of being a unifier, Mickey, and a lot of us really appreciate that. I mean, that's something that...
You have 1 minute left.
Oh, there it goes.
There it is, right on Earth. Well,
But,
thank you. I appreciate it.
No sickos on my channel.
It really helps. I mean, you may not recognize the significance of it, because, like, you know, just my one voice right now, you're helping me get that out, and that's not that important. But when it's all of our voices together, it is that important. So, I mean, that's the only way we're going to get our freedom back.
Your voice is very important to me and to a lot of people. And I just want to say I appreciate you being there that day, because, you know, that was America standing up for Americans. And we have suffered since then, but I know that in my heart why my daughter went there. I know why you went there, and I know why almost, you know, most of the 2 million people were there. You know, and let's just say maybe everybody there that day wasn't all that well behaved, but I believe the Capitol Police initiated that violence, and I still, like we said, men need to be tried on their behavior that day, not on the date on the calendar.
Thank you for using Securus.
Bye,
Goodbye.
Pete. Talk to you soon.
Amen.
Freaking Greta.
Hi, you're back on with everybody.
Sorry, Pam. Thanks for waiting.
Hey, everybody. Hey,
Oh,
chill,
no.
Ladybug.
Oh my God, I get stuck. My heart is I'm sorry. I'm crying. God, I feel their pain. You know what? I'm going to call all the senators and all the congressmen. Why aren't they out there? Why aren't they doing something? This is insane. We've got to get these people to stand up. I mean, it's taken everything for me not to just go there, you know what I mean? And say something. I don't know. I'm just so frustrated. I feel so powerless. They don't know what's happening to people that are being falsely accused like that. Nobody had. If anything, it's the opposite. We wanted to help Trump that day. Whatever the Congress was doing, we wanted it to be completed. Nobody was there to interrupt, nothing. You know? You're right, it was a setup. I wouldn't have gone if I thought it was anything like that. None of us, no patriot would have been a part of any of that craziness they're talking about. What's wrong with these people? They're insane. I'm sorry, I'm just so upset at what they're doing to these patriots, you know? There's something we gotta do. We gotta do something. I mean, get the right people out there standing with you guys, talking, sharing. I know we got, what is it, Green? Is she the only one that's helping?
Well, there's a few of them that are talking here and there, but certainly none of them are doing enough, that's for sure.
Well, why can't we get more phone calls to these people?
I mean, I think if I had a penny for every phone call that was given to a representative or a senator since the beginning of all of this, I think I might be a billionaire by now.
Well, let's find out which ones are. Let's not vote for them, okay? Let's stop. Let's let them know. We're not voting for you. I want to hear something. Stop saying what you're going to do and do it, you know?
Amen.
Absolutely.
They're working for us.
Absolutely.
Give me some names of people you want me to call.
Yeah. No, I mean, we actually have on our website, I don't know if you've been to our website and to the call to action page, but if you go to www.4ashley.com, there's a call to action page. And in that, you know, we have a list. You can actually write a letter and send it to your attorney general in your state.
Yeah.
There's also a place at the bottom where you can fill out a complaint of bias against the judges in these cases. Each one of those complaints must be investigated. And then ultimately there are some links, and I'm not exactly sure if we have them on our site, but I know some of the sites do have them, where you can actually look up who your representative is, who your senator is. So, I mean, that information is definitely there. I'll check and make sure it's on our site. If it's not on our site, I'll get it up. But,
Okay.
you know, at various points, we put out a call for people to call. I mean, I've made absolutely hundreds of calls, you know, at the state level, even on the national level. And the amount of callbacks that you get, the amount of response that you get, it's absolutely crickets. You know, January 6th is something that the mainstream media and our political elite, you know, they push a certain narrative, and anything that counters that narrative is toxic, and nobody wants to touch it. And that's the battle that has raged for the last year and a half. You know, there's so many organizations really trying to fight against that. But what we need is every single American patriot to, you know, work hard around their friends, around their communities, and get the word out and change hearts and minds. I mean, if we're going to save our country, that's where it has to start.
I'm live, just so you know.
You're absolutely correct, Brandy. When I came out, there was nobody there. Just think of 1,000 people have been outside that door. Not for me. This is not for the people individually per se. It's the government. We're not going to put up with this anymore. I remember a congressman said, if there's 100 people steps of the Capitol, we don't listen. But when you get 1,000 or 2,000, we pay attention. And that's the problem. People don't understand that. You got to have the numbers. And that's why we were there to support Trump, just to give our voice to support him. And it was very helpful that day until they turned it into what they did. We didn't. I know that. I have video of so many patriots telling people to stop. Don't push the cops, you know. When we go to the Capitol, we leave it clear. There.
Right, absolutely. No, I mean, that January 6th is definitely, I believe, a day where, you know, a handful of political elites weaponize the goodness and the greatness of America against us. No doubt in my mind. I mean, it's when you look at, you know, the preparations, why the National Guard wasn't there, when you look at why law enforcement by far and large did not deter people from going to the Capitol once it did get breached. I mean, there's questions that we've asked, that so many people have asked, that there is not a single answer that's been given. And the sham of a January 6th select committee. Yeah.
Did we lose him? Did we lose her?
I'll give him a call back.
Is that lady in jail?
Every now and again.
I'm not clear on it. I know she's got cancer, and it sounded like she was saying she was in jail, but she's got.
She's pretty old.
Yeah, she's 68, 69.
Do they care if we take pictures?
Yeah, do you know what happened?
No, go ahead. Yeah,
I'm
we're live
sure it's
streaming
my
all the time,
phone.
so
Connection
yeah.
here
Yeah,
drops
I just didn't want you to say
from
anything
time
you
to
would
time,
regret if
so.
it was on. Oh yeah, that was your.
I have a
protection.
question. Who was in charge of bringing out the National Guard? Did Trump have that, or was it?
No, the way it works is the president can authorize it, but he cannot order it. And what happens is he authorized 20,000 National Guard troops 3 days before January 6th. Now what happens at that point in time is that's done so that when the request comes in, they are ready to be deployed immediately. But that request has to come from either Mayor Bowser or the I want to say the Capitol Police Board, which ultimately reports to the Capitol Police Board is made up of 4 individuals. The Chief of Capitol Police, and then the House Sergeant of Arms and the Senate Sergeant of Arms. Now the House Sergeant of Arms reports to Nancy Pelosi directly, and the Senate Sergeant of Arms reported Capitol Police submitted multiple requests on the 4th of January, on the 5th of January, and even that day. He was shot down by the Capitol Police Board. There was a Senate hearing where a lot of this kind of came out in the days following January 6th. And in that hearing, it became known that the Capitol architect had no vote. Historically, anytime support like that was requested, it went to the 2 Sergeant of Arms. And if they didn't agree, then it didn't happen. So nobody really knows how all that happened. They never really got into it, or whether. But one of the things that we do know is, in that hearing, in that Senate hearing, the Sergeant of Arms of the Senate raised the point and said that what he saw on January 6th is that there was paid provocateurs and instigators that need to be investigated. He's the only one.
Absolutely.
He's the only one that called that out. And I want to say now is well over a month and a half ago. He was found. At least that's what the reports. I don't know if this has been validated or not. The one thing we do know is that he died. The reports that I've heard is that he died crossing the street to his apartment building, that he was shot.
Sure.
So the question remains,
Well,
I mean, why is mainstream media not reported on this? Haven't dug down to see exactly what happened surrounding all of that. But,
can we dig into it if we did a lawsuit? I mean, I wouldn't have been in prison or arrested if the National Guard had been there to protect me.
absolutely. I don't know what can be done. I mean, I think ultimately our hands are tied until, you know, the House and the Senate is retaken.
Well, I'd sure like to find a lawyer.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to be held accountable
Well,
for what happened to me and thousands of others.
Yeah, Pam, I hate to cut this short, but we do have a call that has come in. So,
Sure.
So
Okay.
But
Thank you,
thank
Pam.
I
so
love
much.
you all.
God bless
Pam,
you.
call us back
Bye.
anytime. God bless you, and thank you for calling.
Okay, God bless you. Love you, dear. Bye-bye.
Praying for you.
Okay, John, you're on.
All right. Good evening, DC Gulag.
Woo.
Welcome to the Jan 6 Family Hour. My name is John, a.k.a. DJ Jerome.
All right.
I'll be your MAGA firefighter for the night. My local Republican Party chair can tell you I put the retard in fire retardant. Thank you, Ty. The soul of our nation has been set aflame. Our Constitution has been violated. It's a shame. We are all here with our firefighter patriot sisters and brothers. Fire Chief Mickey has the strength of 1,000 blissful mothers.
Amen.
You patriots outside this jail give us the strength to carry on. We are the patriots inside, showing America what's gone very wrong. Our beautiful country is learning the truth. The sleeping giant has been awakened. Our ultra MAGA is ascended, baby. Our Constitution will not be forsaken.
Nice.
Oh
Amen.
yeah, oh yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
I am broadcasting
John,
to you
aka
live
DJ
from inside a
He does
gasoline-fed
this every other
violent
night.
house fire, the inhumane DC
He's in
Gulag.
here. Oh, yeah.
We have a spectacular show for you tonight. We have two fantastic Patriot appearances that will make you feel more alive than Joe Biden looking for a dead woman in the crowd. Are you here, Jackie? Are you here? In his defense, he did have a Ouija board on the podium. Then at 9 p.m., we will gather to sing the Star-Spangled Banner with more magic than Dark Brandon summoning a spirit from the afterlife. Are you here, Jackie? But first, I must thank you all for showing up, and for those of you watching online. We love you. God bless you. Please share this live stream with every media contact and politician you can.
Please.
I don't care if it's Joe Biden's witch doctor or the nurse who feeds him his memory pills. It really makes a difference. Thank you.
Awesome.
Now, last but definitely not least, the greatest spiritual fire chief of them all. She is putting out the fire, burning our precious Constitution, while at the same time igniting the fire in our hearts to find a solution. Our sweet Mama Mickey. We love you so much. I truly mean it when I say that you have saved this movement. God bless you, Mama.
Thank you, John. No pressure, though, right?
Oh, you'll be all right. You got a lot of good friends behind you.
Yes,
And
I do.
Yes, ma'am. If anyone would like to support this movement, and you better support this movement, please visit FordAshley.com. That is the number 4 Ashley.com. Ashley with an I.com. The number 4 Ashley with an I.com. And if any of you would like to get to know us better, us Patriots better, in our own words, please visit wearegoodmen.com. That is www.wearegoodmen.com.
I recommend that
And
site.
I have a special shout out for
Some of their letters.
a sweet and special woman who wrote me a very touching letter, Kim Harrington. I love you so much, Kim. Your words meant so much to me. It really, really means the world. And I wrote you back. You have a letter in the mail. I have to plug something I put on the website yesterday. It is the video I took of Officer Fanone being protected by everyone in the camera shot. I was about 10 feet from Officer Fanone, and I took this video. And you can see everybody in the film is protecting him and taking good care of him. So I don't know where the hell he was, but his account is much different than if you go on wearegoodmen.com, you can find that. or you can go to We Are Good Men on Rumble. Rumble is We Are Good Men.
Thanks,
All
Corey.
right.
Awesome.
So I will call you right back with Bart Shively.
Thanks, John.
Oh, wow.
Jerome.
Yes, ma'am.
We'll talk in a little while.
DJ Jerome. Whoop,
The caller has
whoop. Awesome. Thanks, Corey, for
We are getting some questions on the live streams why the numbers are so thin tonight. Just so that you guys know, I believe you want to give an update on the trucker situation?
Yeah,
Truckers, once a year, they make their way here to D.C. and they surround the mall.
Right.
So,
10-4 DC, and it's for the trucking industry and for the drivers. It is not a protest. It is not a, I guess they probably have to list as a vigil to get their, it is permitted. And so the trucks are on the mall, but also one of our attendees lost his puppy dog today. So we've got a call coming in.
are the trucks there surrounded?
Yeah, they're there.
Okay.
They're
So that's probably where most of the guys are. That was the point that I wanted to make. Okay, we have these guys calling back in.
Securus. You may start the conversation now.
Okay, you're back on.
All right, I got Bart Shively. He's a 55-year-old U.S. Marine. He suffers from non-Hodgkin's lymphoma due to being stationed at Camp Lejeune with the contaminated water there. He's big. He's strong. He can't be silenced for long. Bart Shively. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. How are you?
Good.
What's good? What's good? Hi, Mickey. How are you?
Hi, Bart. How are you?
Hi. Good, good. I had chemo yesterday. I'm feeling a lot better than I was 3 weeks ago. It's amazing what being in this pod can do for you and your spirits.
Excellent. Good to hear that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you. I have a question for you. What I was going to do tonight was basically not really talk about January 6th, but I was going to talk about like my life in general, like how I grew up and what brought me to January 6th. Would that be something y'all want to hear?
Yes.
Of course, we love to.
Amen.
Okay. First
Jerry's
of all,
puppy passed.
I'd like to start out by saying that my family on my mother's side, my grandmother's, forefathers, two of them were messengers for George Washington. They were premier woodsmen of their day, and they lasted the whole war with him, which is amazing because back then, if you're a messenger, you were targeted number one. They killed you right off the bat if they can get a hold of you. But these guys made it through the whole war. After the war, General Washington gave the troops property, and they settled up in Pennsylvania. So that's just a little background as far as that goes. Growing up, I'm going to start at 6 years old because I can move up real quick. When I was 6 years old, my father and mother left my sister and I. They took off and they dropped us off at my grandparents' house. My grandfather was a minister, so they took care of us. Being a fatherless and motherless boy at 6, I kind of acted out, got in trouble. So I spent a lot of time in foster homes and boys' homes as I was growing up. And back then, it was kind of tough because I got abused a lot, mentally and physically. But as I grew up, I look back now and I can tell now that it made me a tough kid. Because as I grew older, when I was 17, I moved back in with my grandparents. And I played football all through high school. That's one thing that I found that I was very good at was athletics. So I excelled in sports. So when I could have gone to college after high school easily, but I felt such a calling to my country that I wanted to serve and be a Marine because I felt that it was, the greatest challenge in the world was to be a Marine. So I
went in the Marine Corps. I served in the Marine Corps. I played football in the Marine Corps. I was all Marine twice. My last year in the Marine Corps, I was approached by two gentlemen from Purdue. They offered me a full scholarship to go to college, but I realized that at that time I really didn't want to study. So I didn't want to waste their time or my time, so I didn't go. So I moved back home with my grandparents, and I said to myself, you know what? I'm really going to try this football thing. So I worked out for a year, and I went to a free agent pro football camp. I tried out for the pros. I didn't make it, obviously, but I tried. After that, basically, I just worked. I got a job. I was an adrenaline junkie, so I did high-rise. I was a high-rise window cleaner for 25 years. I would rappel off buildings. The highest building I ever did was in Tremont Plaza. It was 40 stories. You rappel with rope. You just go over the side and rappel. I did that for 25 years, and then I realized that I was more into politics and more into my country than I realized at the time. When Obama was president, I went to a couple of rallies with the Tea Party, and I realized that the direction of our country was going the wrong way. So when January 6th rolled around, I really wasn't, I wanted to go, but then again, I thought maybe something was going to happen, and I was hesitant, but I still went to support my country for liberty and freedom, because it's in my blood. The story about that. So, and then a year later, found out that I had Hodgkin's lymphoma, and started, I was going to get treatment for that from the VA, and then the day before I was supposed to start treatment, I got probation violation, and I got arrested and put in jail. Usually most people that have cancer get out of jail, but I got put in jail. So I'm here and I'm dealing with it. And then I found out that my Hodgkin's lymphoma could have been caused from the water from Camp Lejeune, which makes sense because I've been healthy my whole life. I've never had a problem with health. And basically, I've been engaged twice. Never worked out, but it's okay. I don't have any children. My dogs, I guess, my dogs are a big part of my life. If you're a dog lover, you know what I mean. Truly helped me with my PTSD. Drugs were not an issue with me. I'm not an alcoholic. I don't even drink. But my dogs knew. Every time I was going to have an episode, my dogs knew, and they would help me. They would help me a lot. And when I came to jail, I had a 14-year-old pit bull that I loved dearly. She was an awesome dog. She passed away a month after I came to jail, so I couldn't be with her. But my shepherd, my 5-year-old shepherd, my sister gave him away. I hope I can get him back, because every night he would come and lay in the bed with me and put his head on my chest, and I would pet him, and I would love on him and pet him and tell him how much I love him, and he would help me go to sleep. I mean, that was every single night. He would come and lay on the bed with me, and I don't know if I'll ever see him again. But I mean, if you're a dog lover, you know what I mean. And then I guess I lost everything since I came to jail. I had to come to jail. My lawyer told me that the judge wasn't going to put me in jail. She was just going to reprimand me. So I didn't really have a chance to do anything with my stuff in my house or my car or anything. So when I came down here, she put me in jail, and I basically lost everything. So I'm really, I'm concerned about, I never wanted to be a statistic, and I still don't want to be a statistic when I get out of here. I don't want to be a homeless vet. But unfortunately I am. I never thought I would be, because I've worked 25 years of my life to build what I had. I had a home. I had a great home. Wonderful neighbors who I love dearly. I'm a patriot through and through. I eat, sleep, and breathe America. I love America, just like I know you do. So I know you can relate to what I'm saying. And I know you guys hate to see what's happening to this country just as much as I do. And see what's happening to these J6ers. We're being persecuted way beyond what we're supposed to be being persecuted for. And a lot of us are being told to sign plea deals with lies in them. And I just don't want to get into all of that right now, but you know what I mean. So, I think I'll stop there. And if you have any questions, please.
Yeah, I don't have a question, but I want to tell you that Ashley had a shepherd too, and when she didn't come home, he laid down on her stuff and died of a broken heart. So I do know that connection. Absolutely. Yeah, shepherds are loyal animals, and I hope you get to see him again someday.
I hope so too. Thank you.
Anybody have any questions for Bart? Victoria White's supposed to tell you that she loves you, and we have a bunch of live stream people. Their message to you is they love you. I'm coming into the live stream, so we think about you a lot, and we have talked about you a lot, and your cancer and the way that your service to this country has cost you so much, and we're sorry for that. Everybody's sorry for that, and I hope that someday you're able to get your life back.
Thank you. I was thinking about this the other day, and I was thinking, I could have went to Iraq or Afghanistan and died there, but I got cancer from my own government on a base that they were supposed to protect us from. You know what I mean?
I do.
So they're killing us. I can't tell you how many people have probably died from that base or suffering right now. That what's the difference if you go overseas and fight, or you're living here in a base where they don't take care of you and they make you drink contaminated water, which is going to kill you anyway.
Those bastards.
I really feel let down by my government, not the people, the government. I feel like the government has let a lot of military people down, families, soldiers. I just don't feel like they care anymore. You know what I mean? You're just a cog in the wheel. You know what I mean?
Yes, I absolutely do. Like a pawn in their chess game.
Yeah.
Yep. Not even one of the important pieces. Just a little pawn in their chess game. I get it.
Okay. Now, I'd like to read something that I think is very important. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I'd like to say this quickly and clearly. Patriot Freedom Project is stealing the American people's money. 60% of the donations are going to a small group of patriots, largely. The remaining 40% is going into the pocket of Cynthia Hughes. Patriot Freedom Project is just a slush fund for Cynthia Hughes. On top of that, Cynthia has hurt so many Jan Sixers, our family members, and our wonderful network of activists with threats, lies, and blackmail, extortion, and bribery. It's pure evil. The soul of our movement is at stake, and we are good men. We must all stand against the evil of Cynthia Hughes and Patriot Freedom Project. If anyone would like to support a Patriot, please donate directly to our Give, Send, Go accounts, and that would be greatly appreciated.
Gotcha.
Because I've lost everything in my life that I hold dear, and that project was set up to help patriots, and I'm not getting anything from that project. Most people aren't here that I know of.
I'm sorry.
And the American people gave that to us out of the goodwill and of the patriotism of their hearts. They gave it to us. So I don't understand why we're not getting it.
Well, you want to go ahead and give your individual Give, Send, Go?
Honestly, I don't have my Give, Send, Go account.
Really? I thought we gave it Give, Send, Go. I'm not sure. I mean, we'll check on that. I thought that
You can go on stophate.com and it's on there.
Okay. Bart Shively's
yeah,
Gift and Go can be found on stophate.com.
Yeah, that would be greatly appreciated because every dime that you give would go to the rebuilding of my life. And I'm not done being a patriot by all means. I'll never stop loving my country until the day I take my last breath.
God bless you, Bart.
So they can't take this away from
You
me.
have 1 minute
no matter how
left.
hard they try.
Okay, Randy has your Gifts and Go. He's going to give your Gifts and Go right now.
Thank you so much, Randy.
It's givesendgo.com/G as in God 39XW. G39XW.
Okay. Thank you, Bart. We'll continue to pray.
Thank you, guys.
God bless you.
We love you. We love you so much. Understand that, okay?
Yeah, we love you too, guys. We love you too, Bart.
You're very special to us.
Hang in there, brother.
Thank you. Randy says hang in there.
Thank you so much, and God bless you guys. Okay, keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you, Bart.
Okay.
All right, talk to you soon.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. Good night.
Okay, when the J6 is talking, I'm not going to be
Old man, sad old man, spent his life living off the land. Heavy hands and a clean soul. It breaks his heart seeing foreign cars filled with fuel that isn't ours, and wearing cotton we didn't grow. He's got the red, white, blue flying high on the farm, silver flag tattooed on his left arm. Spent a little more in the store for a tag, and the back it says USA. You won't find nothing that he can't fix. WD-40 and a Craftsman wrench, he ain't prejudiced. He's just made in America. He loves his wife, and she's that wife that decorates on the 4th of July, but says every day is Independence.
Okay, you're back on.
All right. Okay. If you actually give me 1 second, if you can go to, please go for Bart Shively's Give Send Go. Please go to stophate.com to find his Give Send Go link. You could also go to wearegoodmen.com. If you click the Featured Patriots button at the top of the page, you will find Bart Shively's picture, and you can donate to him right there as well. All right. Please, please, please help our brother Bart Shively. All right. Up next, we have Peter Stager. He is 43-year-old carpenter from the great state of Arkansas. He's a husband of 18 years, father of 2. He is one of over a dozen men who are facing serious prison time and witnessed the killing of Roseanne Boyland at the hands of police. He's courageous, and he has a big heart. He believes in God, family, and country from the start. Peter Stager.
Peter.
Hello, everybody. How are we doing tonight?
We're doing all right. How are you?
I'm doing as well as can be expected. I want to thank everybody for coming out. Thank you for your support. I want to thank everybody for the love and the continued letters to keep our morale and everything in here. And we could not do this without you. It definitely helps us sanity, but above all, to keep our spirits at least resonating properly.
Amen.
So thank you all.
Absolutely.
Amen.
Go ahead.
Absolutely.
I was
brother.
all right. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, I said absolutely, brother. We're out here. We're going to be here for at least through the end of October. Probably longer, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Absolutely.
We really do. We appreciate everything you guys do, and just keep spreading the message. Tell you what, I become good friends with a lot of these men in here that are definitely going. I know Bart very well at this point. I tell you, he's going through that chemo, and it's tough to see, man. Basically, at his most vulnerable, especially a big giant of a man as Bart is. I know the chemo and everything is definitely taking a lot out of his cells. I'm just glad that we're able to, to support him and help him through this major adversity that he's dealing with. But keep him in your prayers, and if anything you guys can do to help this man out is greatly appreciated. He definitely could use the support, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
I wanted to talk about a few things basically that I'm looking at right now going on in our global events and that are on the horizon that unfortunately is looking pretty rough with the gas line at the Nord Stream 1 and 2 being sabotaged, blown up. I hate to think that we're fixing to literally have our sons and daughters fight another war for the empire of deceit. And we need to pray immensely that we're able to prevent World War III from really starting as blowback from the Ukrainian nonsense and the funding of that sham government that's in place over there right now. We're really in a very, very bad position as a nation, along with everything else that's going on right now. But pray for our men and women in uniform that they don't get drug into that and used as pawns in basically a banking scheme, more than likely, that's going to be at the heart of it. That seems to profiteer off of the death and misery of innocent blood, pitting brother and sister against brother and sister. So I would ask that everybody pray, contact your congressmen, tell them to get out of the Ukraine, stop funding fascist Nazis, and dealing in the theft of natural resources of sovereign people in another land who have done us no harm, but yet seem to do the bidding of provocateurs and evil individuals that seem to surround Washington and the Pentagon or the military-industrial complex. But I want to throw that out there because it's not looking so good right now. It's looking like we're heading straight for another Iraq, another Afghanistan. It's senseless, and I hope that there's something we can do to somehow prevent it from happening. Another Vietnam is not good. And, aiming to do again, to the precious national treasure, our children. Let's hope that we can stay out of that conflict and prevent any more bloodshed. But I also I would like to address that. There's a lot of sad stuff going on in the state of affairs for a lot of the men in here. Again, with these plea deals that they're a lot of men are actually taking these plea deals. A lot of them are taking these plea deals simply under duress. It's basically like we've got a gun to our heads for the most part. A lot of them are agreeing to stuff that doesn't have anything that pertains to them. It seems that the propaganda and the rhetoric of one side gets to dictate all the wording and all the they call it facts. They aren't facts at all. It's a narrative for a big lie.
Yes, it is.
And it's shameful. But these men are taking these deals because they've lost everything. They haven't seen their families in 20 months, some of us. And then on top of it, we're getting bad legal counsel, if you want to call it legal counsel at all. And then, because it's less time than what it could possibly be. And the reality of this is every person who's being charged with anything that day is going to be found guilty.
Absolutely, that's absolutely correct.
We've just witnessed a case for a young man whose attorney destroyed lying, crooked, corrupt law enforcement officers that stained the badge and the uniform.
Yep.
They're deceivers, they're liars, and they're evil. They refuse to tell the truth to what happened that day. And a lot of individuals who wear the badge they're good people, but they're staying on the sidelines and staying out of it. Well, these Derek Chauvin-like characters that should have never been wearing badges, and a lot of these bad actors are a lot like the Uvalde Police Department that didn't deserve to wear the badge in the first place.
Yes, sir.
It's a shame that we rely on public servants to uphold their oaths, and they continue to deceive, lie, and stain the good name and reputation of an honorable profession, one that we deeply need and we love and we give our faith to, but to continue to allow them to perpetuate these bad acts and to give them cover from the top down, from the judges to the lieutenants and the captains and the unions. It's tearing our nation apart, and it's really important that the good men and women that wear the badge step up and correct it. We're a very forgiving people when mistakes are made, but they have to be admitted to. And as long as they're admitted to, we can move on and we can repair and fix the problem. But when they're unwilling to admit their error and then expect people on the other side, we'll say that the men in here or anyone who's found themselves behind these walls, you're expected to plead guilty to stuff you didn't do, and they expect you to do something like that, and then you're punished. But yet they hide behind the criminality they do and never admit that they're wrongdoing, and then they're rewarded for their bad behavior because they're not ever made to pay the price.
That's absolutely true.
Cannot be allowed to go on.
Absolutely, and you know, I've seen the judges with their already formed opinions when they go into it, and I have, you know, also my opinion, not yours, so I don't want Peter Steger to be attributed with these words. The Capitol Police absolutely attacked the American people that day. They killed 4 unarmed American patriots, 4 unarmed American citizens. They beat American people, and they threw them in jail and threw away the key, denying them their constitutional rights. That should be a big fucking deal to everybody. Yes. Everybody.
You know, I want to tell everybody, Ashley Babbitt was murdered. She was murdered by her country that she served for. And they didn't even investigate it, and still to this day refuse to acknowledge it. They did that in front of, behind the doors, but blatantly in a national setting, in a world setting, and they continue to hide and cover it up. That cannot be allowed. We can never allow Ashley Babbitt's name to be forgotten. Ben Phillips, Kevin Greason, Roseanne Boylan, these unarmed Americans did not deserve to be murdered by their country, and then it to be swept under a rug like it never happened. We always talk about China and how China, Tiananmen Square, China this, China. I don't worry about China. Well, we have to worry about the continued systemic killing of unarmed Americans in our own country. I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. We cannot allow this kind of behavior to continue to happen.
Amen, brother.
You're absolutely right.
Left or right have got to come together and realize we're being tricked, we're being manipulated, lied to, deceived to. No unarmed American in any situation, especially over a traffic ticket or a citation, should end up dead at the hands of the badge. It is unacceptable in any manner. It breaks God's laws, above all, God's, who we all answer to when we die. And we will stand before Him in judgment, because in this life, certain people will never have to face the consequences of that. But yet, you will stand before our Lord, and He will judge you harshly for it. And then the men and women in juries that convict men that they know are not guilty will answer for the slander and the assassination of their characters. But that stuff's important that we remember that. We're never to bear false witness against our brothers and sisters.
Amen, brother. We are on that
And we've
side.
got to remember that. Tell the truth, no matter what the cost. This battle isn't for the physical reality. It's for the spiritual, eternal life. And I ask all of you to at least empathize with the people across from you. They're not our enemies. We disagree in a lot, but what we do together is we're charitable. We care about our neighbors. Anytime we fall on hard times, we reach across the aisle because we love each other. Look past the small stuff. Expect leaders to lead. And when public servants falter, hold them accountable. And they're to pay the ultimate price, the highest penalties, because they were abusing their authority, and they're not supposed to. They're supposed to be held to a higher. So I plead and beg for anyone in uniform to speak out when your brothers and sisters get out of line to correct the action. Stop sitting on the sidelines and help build and make the country better and to fix the mission for your neighbors.
All right, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I wanted to do that while we were talking about it. And, you know, I wanted you to participate in something that we do here every night.
Thank you. I thank you. And Mickey, I love you, and I can't even fathom how hard it is to wake up and have to go through this nightmare that never ends. Same thing for Roseanne, Kevin, and Ben. I can't even fathom it. And all I know is anytime you see something going on out there that you disagree with, speak up. Put down your cell phones and do the right thing, no matter what it costs you.
Thank you for using Securus.
Beautiful.
Bless him.
That's amazing.
That was a great message for those officers across the road.
All right. Well, everybody knows that I was leaving soon to go visit my husband and take care of my girls and all those things. Yesterday morning, I found out Guy was moved to the El Paso facility, not in a camp situation as the judge suggested, nor in a place where he can receive visits from his family. And yesterday, I know that, I don't know, I assume people noticed that I was not on the live stream, you know, and stuff. Super down. Really, really sad. Because, not because of me and the girls,
Take your time. You have to take your time.
mostly because the reason Guy put himself in the forefront of everything was just so he could be in a position to have visitation and see his family. And that's not going to happen for him. Yet. That is true, yet. I have yet to speak to Guy since he's been on the move. I do know he is assigned to the La Tuna facility in El Paso, Texas, which has no visitation. And yesterday I was feeling really defeated. Felt like I was lying. I was a liar. Felt like I was lying to everybody every time I said, hold the line. I felt like I was lying to everybody every time I said, we'll get to the other side.
And I really couldn't come out, and I couldn't like speak genuinely to everyone about everything, because from the beginning, it has been about the movement. It has been about our freedoms. It's been about our country gaining its identity again. And Guy and I have just said, let's get through this moment to where we can see each other. And then we'll wait for all of it to play out. And then they took that also. But there's not anything they can take from us that is not going to make us bend. There's not one thing. I have yet to talk to Guy. I have no idea how he feels. I know how he feels. His entire identity was, I will get to see my girls, I'll get to see my gal, I'll get to talk to my boy. Let's just get through this. Let's hold the line and get through this. And then they took that from him. They put him 10.5 hours away from our home base to a facility in the middle of a border town that has no visitation. As naive as I thought I was coming into this, I'm not naive anymore. I know why they put my man in a place where he can't see his people. I know. And if they thought that was gonna make me go home, if they thought that was gonna make me sit the fuck down, I'm sorry, Marie and everyone heard me say that word. If they thought I was gonna sit the blank down, well, y'all never met us. You didn't. Yeah. Y'all never met my people. Yeah. My people stand up. Yeah. Yesterday I was broken. Yesterday I could not come out. Yesterday I could not allow the families that I've been telling them, get to this point. We got this. And then they send my husband to the desert of Texas. I still got this. We still got this.
There it is. Yeah, we do.
Mickey will never have the chance to have a conversation with Ashley. No matter what they do to Guy and I, in our family, I get to have a conversation with him. Y'all thought I went to bed last night crying? And I did. I went to bed last night crying my heart out. This morning, I woke up with a dragon's breath. So y'all have no idea. If y'all thought y'all were gonna put me down, put Mickey down, put Randy down, put any of us down, come at us. Come and take it. Because I'm not having it. I will not allow everything I've been telling 1-6ers from the beginning that it was a lie. It was never a lie. We cannot take a plea. We cannot back down, and we will go on to the next level. You want to take my man from me? You want to take his passion? You want to tell him that we're shit on this earth because he believes in the values of this country? And you picked the wrong family. You picked the wrong people. Yeah. You have no idea. You were not making me go home. You were not making Guy break in jail. You were not making my children cry. Because we're not doing it. What we're doing is rallying around each other. We are holding faith in our Lord. The grace is the only thing that I know that made me wake up this morning. And fuck them all.
Put on the armor of God and go forward.
And
sorry again, Marie.
I know, and sorry, Marie.
Sorry, Marie and Bruce. I love you guys so much. I'll never use that language unless it was forced upon me by Randy. And
unnecessary.
God
bless you, Nicole.
Just necessary, guys.
I don't know.
It's an exclamation point sometimes that must be said.
Sometimes.
And the one thing I will say is, we are a family. And then what she's talking about, you're not in this alone.
No.
You got people, and this is what one of the things I will say. Because what the part of it all that resonated with me, when we are on the right side, there are values this nation was built upon. And these men behind here, they represent the best of those values. Yes. And we need people all around the country to rediscover those values. Truth, honesty, integrity, bravery, freedom, justice. Because the one thing I will say is I spent all night, I did not sleep, well, maybe I slept 2 weeks.
I don't think you did.
I didn't. I was up all night. Josh, one of our live streamers, those of you who may not know what he went through, he actually went across the jail after one of our, and it was actually the night that President Trump called him and addressed the guys here. Later on that night, he walked across and was standing outside the jail to ask, I believe it was Hauser.
We know it was.
He was asking him a few questions and that kind of thing. And while he was standing there, Hauser comes out and he moved over way out of the way. Hauser came out, paused, turned, came around, went directly up to him and smacked the camera into his chest. The live stream went out. There was a few of the live streamers contacted us immediately. We turned around, we came back here.
No man left behind.
No man left behind. And we sat there, we called Metro PD. Metro PD responded. The very first officer that responded went in, spoke, came back out, and started to tell Josh that he was the one who was assaulting. What? Get your supervisor here. Supervisor came on site. When the supervisor came on site, showed him the video of the assault, went in, had a conversation. I'm not exactly sure what triggered it, but 2 other supervisors came over the next hour or so. Not only that, I want to say, I think at one point I counted 18 cop cars came out. Now, keep in mind that there was only 5 or 6 of us. Well, we're talking on the other side. Not those 18 cop cars represented 32 Metro PD officers. Over the course of 2 hours, they came out. These supervisors came out. They proceeded to tell Josh, "Hey, we took a look at the video footage, and according to what we saw, you assaulted him. You're under arrest." They arrested him. He actually spent the night in jail. He got out, I want to say, 1 in the afternoon. Ultimately, the detective took him out of his cell, went to question him, immediately notified him. All charges are dropped.
Only person that a detective interviewed.
He was the only person that a detective interviewed that evening, and when the detective asked him if he had been advised of his Miranda, he said no, and the detective ceased asking him questions.
Yep. And then, when he showed up to the court, charges dropped. He was free to go. That was the last night that he joined us here at this vigil. Because later on that night, he was served with a restraining order from Hauser.
Stalking.
Now, yesterday, or actually this morning, he had a court hearing. Now, he had been provided some paperwork. He had videos to upload. The city gave him a runaround for the last week and a half to a point where he never was able to upload anything. And so he came to the Airbnb with us last night. I sat down. When I accessed the information, there was actually CCTV footage that they had uploaded, so you could actually see the assault clear as day.
By the way, Randy hasn't slept because that's what he did all night. By the way.
Just so
Right.
everybody knows. He's not going to tell you.
So
He's not going to tell you, but he did.
We went through, we uploaded probably 5 or 6 videos that Josh had. We then, created, authored a statement of facts. We authored a whole bunch of stuff. The whole point is, when we were done, I actually felt pretty solid that Josh was going to go into that hearing and this is going to be a piece of cake, right? The very footage that they offered actually contradicted every single statement they all said. I ended up taking a nap. When I woke up from the nap, Josh informed us. Initially, he thought he was in a good spot. Yep, they recessed, and then the judge proceeded to lecture him.
What? I wasn't here. I was not there. I was in court.
Proceeded to lecture him.
What?
And granted the 1-year restraining order.
No!
This city is so fucking corrupt.
Tell him who the officer is.
Which, Hauser?
Not Hauser.
Oh, no, I mean, okay. There's a number of things. There's an Officer Riley here because there was a statement.
Sorry, I'm off.
Me, Mickey, and Nicole were here on August the 1st. From August the 1st all the way on through, they wrote a statement talking about all the things that we did and were a detriment to security and all this. Every single thing that these counter-protesters have been doing, they attributed to us. Out there, one of the officers, Riley, I believe is his name, wrote up this report. And he sent that report to apparently his supervisor. You know who his supervisor was?
Tell us, Randy.
What's his name, Nicole?
What's his name, Nicole? Bagshaw?
Bagshaw. Officer Bagshaw. If you guys don't know who Officer Bagshaw is, Officer Bagshaw is the one the white shirt that was in that tunnel, the West Terrace tunnel, and viciously beat Victoria White. It's amazing she's still alive. What a piece of shit. And is that really the best? Listen, more importantly, this guy executed in cold blood a resident of Washington, D.C. How is this guy even still with the D.C. Metro? It shocks my mind. But more importantly, you know what I'm infuriated at? We're going to write an article, and we're going to give the evidence and let the American people decide who was assaulted, Hauser or Josh. Because that judge does not belong in that seat. This city is so goddamn corrupt. And I think, especially in the aftermath and everything that Josh has gone through and everything that we've seen in the courts over the last week, I mean, I think we all just get to a point where it's like, why are we here?
This is why we are here.
But like Nicole said, I mean, I think that's probably been one of the most frustrating things, at least for me. I can't speak for Mickey. But we came here August 1st expecting to rally the troops, to be here, spread the word, get the message out, stand for these guys. And I'm ashamed. How many veterans have we had pass through here, Mickey?
Not very many.
Handful, 7, 8, if we're lucky. Where are the veterans? Every veteran in America that ever served took an oath to the Constitution, not to a political party, not to a president, to the Constitution. These guys here represent a Constitution that is shredded. The Bill of Rights is a part of that Constitution. And in the Bill of Rights, you have a right to fair bail. None of these guys have been afforded that. And they've been sitting here now for 630 days. Regardless of what you think about January 6th. But if you think January 6th was an insurrection, you're dead wrong. I guess I have to cut this short. It's time to sing the national anthem.
Thank you, Randy. This is how it's been going, Patriot Mom.
Hey, John.
This is absolutely how it's been going.
We're just gathering around right now.
Okay.
Just give us a minute.
Okay, and then, yeah, let Peter know I have a number for him. If he wants to give me a call after, I can give it to him.
You're Peter Schwartz or Stager Schwartz, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Yeah. I'll if you aren't here, I'll definitely put him on right after we're done.
Okay, that'll work.
Okay. Cool. Awesome. And I just want to let you guys know while we're gathering around. Am I on?
Yes, you are with everybody.
We love you guys so much. Thank you for everything. And really, it means the world to us. And Bart is a really, really good-hearted person. And,
tell Bart that Kelly said if he can figure out where his shepherd is, she will foster it for him until he gets out.
Okay. Yeah.
Your Kelly.
Awesome.
Your
My
Kelly.
Oh my
Kelly.
goodness, yeah. I love that. I'm telling you, I love that girl so much. She took Lonnie Kaufman under her wing too, with helping him do a lot of things and get his Gifts and Go set up and all sorts of stuff. She's such an angel. I'm telling you, she's amazing. She's absolutely.
If he could give us a beginning point on that dog, then we can look for it. And Kelly said that she would foster it until he gets out. So.
Awesome. I'll let him know for sure. And thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Thank you. You guys are awesome. Everybody's
Kelly's going to
gathering
foster
right now,
his German Shepherd,
we'll
y'all.
get this national anthem underway.
All right. We're ready when you are.
John's girlfriend, Kelly.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed? Twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. USA! 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 USA!
Thank you,
Hey,
John.
thank you so much, everybody. Good night. And Mickey, I have it for you if you're when you're ready.
Yep, I'll just step away from the microphone. Thank you, guys.
Cool. You're awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Hey, we need.
You can rewind
I
it
wanna
and you
read
can
this
hear
short
straight from Randy.
This is a great show.
What happened to Josh?
It is. Abolish
It
the
was injustice.
FBI.
But what is more important is what is on
The back, absolutely. All right, I'm going to read the back.
And I'm gonna
It is time for patriots, not politicians, warriors, not wimps, leaders, not leeches, champions, not cowards. It is time for winter soldiers to stand up, not sunshine patriots. brown4florida.com.
Jeremy Brown is running for office from jail, actually. Normally they do this opposite. They normally run and get put in jail, but Jeremy is a patriot, and he is running for the 62nd district in Clearwater, Florida. And Florida is underwater tonight, guys. And I'm praying for all of my Florida family.
Amen.
It's not good what's happening there. But I can tell you that Jeremy is such a patriot, and he is trying to awaken the masses, and he is doing it being locked up as a whistleblower against the government. And he is not going to stop, and I'm not going to stop either. And it's only by the grace of God and his campaign that brought me back to D.C. Because I'm from here, and I would have never stepped foot back in this town, right, Randy? Because it's not really safe for me, but it's okay. It's okay, because I came here to not just advocate for Jeremy, who is an amazing patriot, but I'm also advocating for every J6er, every one of us, and them, us, because we need more people standing out here every single night, guys. This is so important. This is, I keep saying, I keep hearing that it's a movement. It is, but it is a cause. We have to step up, and we have to stand in solidarity for our January 6th political prisoners. We have to do this, guys. We have to continually pray, be vigilant, because we're all under attack, right? We're all under attack, and if we don't keep coming here and keep standing up for our country, our children, our children's future depends on this. It is so important. It's so important. So I am very proud. This is the last night I'm going to be here. Well, I mean, it was the hurricane that kept me here for a few more days, and I'm worried because I know that there's a lot of Floridians tonight that are hurting, which are my friends and my family. But I'm going to go back, and on Saturday, the campaign, Jeremy Brown's campaign, is going to be, we're not canvassing this weekend. We're going to be out doing rescue missions this weekend. I spoke to Kathy Chamberlain, and we're going in the 62nd district, and we're just going to do our best to make sure that we can do everything that we can to help. But that's what we do as Americans, right? We stand up, we help in a very difficult situation, in an emergency situation, and we just show up and we help. We help. I am incredibly grateful, and I just want to say this to everyone. Nicole, Mickey, Randy, thank you so much for standing here every single night, and I wish I could be here with you guys, because I mean, this is where I grew up, this is where my heart is, and I left because I knew I was going to be very much more effective instead of letting them round me up. You what? Going to the place where I I'm so sorry, how rude. For our J6ers. It paid my heart terribly to have to leave DC, but I landed in an amazing place. Who now needs home?
She's going to be on the microphone a little while, y'all. And quite frankly, I have to find a ladies' room. I drank too much of my tea. Oops. Sorry about all the sniffling, but I cried a lot tonight. Oh my goodness. Don't give up, y'all. God is bigger than all of this. Justice will prevail. Absolutely. Too much tea. I've done really well all summer long, though. I haven't had to leave like this yet. The email is right on my YouTube. It's glorybees, plural, glorybees2022@gmail.com. Ooh. I gotta do this faster than I normally do here. They're gonna sing, ooh, whoops. Ooh, that was a good save. Oh my gosh, sorry about that. You turned into a pendulum. They're gonna sing our favorite American song. But the fact that I don't hear music yet lets me know that our girl is still talking. God bless her. Okay. Yep, she's still talking. I couldn't stay anymore. I'm sorry, y'all. She kind of repeated herself twice, but if you really want to hear what she's saying, stormtroopers down there, still, and he's still streaming. Tommy's streaming his new stream, and he's got all the tricks and whistles. Oh my goodness. Yep, Gail, if you want to hear it straight from Randy, just rewind the video, but it didn't go well for him at all. And the way that Randy said it is that they showed the footage from the jail that showed exactly what happened, and it was as Josh had said, apparently, and they got the restraining order stayed for a year. The restraining order is going to stay in place for a year for Josh being assaulted by the officer, or Hauser, whatever he is, CO. So it's very, very upsetting. Ari, I know, I'm not, I actually have one of those that my dad got me for hiking and stuff, and I'm letting you know that it may not be the answer. I haven't tried it, but I took it out of the box and everything, and I don't think it's the answer. Pardon me if that was gross to anybody. Yeah, these guys, I mean, everything is just going to extremes, but if you go back, you'll hear some of the connection to J6 from, I just suggest, I don't want to say anything more. I wasn't there. I didn't help. I want you to go back. I want you to rewind or just scroll back and hear what Randy was saying about it. Because there was more to it that was wrong. There was more to it that was wrong. God bless y'all. Thank you for understanding why I had to hurry up and get out of there. Plus, I need a tissue. I gave my tissue to Nicole, God bless her. And I've been sniffling for half an hour, I think. Sad. Nothing's going as it should, y'all. Nothing. Where you know, these judges are concerned, and nothing's going as it should be. There's still some people who need good lawyers. Oh, that's better. Blow my nose at least. This is also part of why I had to go ahead and run out of there, is because I don't know where to go. So I've got 35-40 minutes to get home, or at least to somewhere where I know I can run inside real quick. Oh my goodness. They won't be putting a porta potty up there for us anytime soon, I can tell you that. Or it won't be happening, I'm sure. The jail probably would not have it. They don't. I just heard for the first time tonight that they were trying to throw us under the bus for things that the agitators were doing, the ANT and AP and stuff, and that's frightening to me. It's you guys. It's frightening to be there. It's frightening to be present for all of this, and it has been, and that includes all the way back to the TPC. There's agitators, bad actors, infiltrators, all trying to stir up division, point the finger, cause legal issues, and it's quite frankly dangerous. And to think that I don't get scared sometimes would be lying, you know. I can't tell you that I'm not scared sometimes. Look at what all's happened, you know, and I have no misgivings that it couldn't happen to me. All too easily, because I'm standing up and saying this is wrong. But I'm doing it there. I'm doing it like on the ground, and sometimes it's pretty darn scary. Shouldn't have to be afraid to stand up for my constitutional rights and in our country. I can't stand this injustice. It's awful. But I've never really felt protected, you know. I've never felt protected when I feel like I've needed it. So this is nothing new. I just don't like it, which is probably why it's more upsetting to me right now than anything, you know. That's why it's good to be a believer today, because God's bigger than all of this. Thank you, Naming Mom. Thank you all. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Okie Gigi. I am okay. I am. I'm absolutely okay. Thank you, Lily. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to frighten you. It was a very, very emotional evening tonight. And, you know, to find out that the jail was trying to say that we were doing the things that the agitators were doing, the Ant-Man and the AP and stuff like that, that they're trying to accuse us because they don't want us there, you know. and that they would try to throw us under the bus, which has been the case, you know, all along. Like somebody's always trying to throw you under the bus, and it just gets to me sometimes. It's a little frightening. Sometimes it's a lot frightening. Sometimes I'm just able to brush it off as it is what it is, you know. I put on the armor of God every day, and I'm just so grateful that He's working all of this to our better good. Hi, Super Salty. Thank you. Oh my gosh, y'all. Thank you so much. Thank you, Terry. And I'm so glad you're not in purgatory anymore. Josh is okay. Josh is, the restraining order, the judge held it and extended it for a year. So, but there's a lot more to it than that. So please, I suggest going back in the video, scroll back. You know, this will be up on the channel too. So, you know, go back to it if you don't feel like it now, and listen to what Randy said, because there was a lot of interconnecting factors that are like, wow. And part of what, you know, it just kind of shakes me up a little bit. Everything that I'm doing right now is risky. Everything that I'm doing, and I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm doing what I'm allowed to do as a citizen of the United States of America, within my constitutional rights, and I shouldn't have to be scared, but I am. But most of the time I'm not that scared. But I still know that what you know, you have to be aware of what you're doing. And that's why not everybody can or should be present, physically present. You have to weigh out your, you got to look at it realistically. Thanks, Lily. Yeah, you'll want to hear what he said, and I can't say it right. I don't want to mess it up. Thank you so much, Tyrion. Thank you. Maybe Max Flower, who knows, you know? there's I'm not like one of those calculated people that can think 15 steps ahead. I can look at everything from every angle, you know, but I'm not one of those people that can set up something 15 steps ahead. I can't do it. I wouldn't want to be wired like that anyway, but I'm very aware that there's a whole lot of people involved in this that are the best at doing that. It's pretty scary. Narcissism at its most terrifying is what we're all dealing with, you know? It's absolutely terrifying. How in the world did it get this far, you know? It's crazy. We all got comfortable, I guess. Or most of us did. Oh my gosh, thank you, Super Salt. I do have a huge heart, you know, but I'm supposed to have some thick skin too, right? Have a soft heart and thick skin. Oh my goodness. The truth is simple, KB says. Danny thinks he's above the system there. Sucks being accused and so guilty of the way that it's written. Like, it doesn't really make sense, Danny. Like, it seems like do you think that they're so guilty of it, or being accused like they are guilty of it? Like, you gotta be more clear. Super salty. I've got to watch Itchy Boots. Oh my gosh, I really want to. And then when I'll remember, sometimes I can't watch right then, and then I'll forget again. Oh, it's awful. I really do. I want to see it. This is real, what's happening. Yes, it is. It is so real. But of power, yes, amen. Love and of sound mind. Hugs your way. Thank you so much. LA Forgiven, thank you. And you know, we all know that, but we have our moments for sure. Just turn to him. It doesn't last long like it used to. It used to freeze me up before I was saved, you know. I would get frozen in so much fear. Oh my gosh, back in the day. You know what's really strange, Danny? Because if he really did say it like that all Christians are a violent domestic terrorist threat, one of the things that he was proud to push was his Christianity. I believe it was his inauguration speech or his acceptance. Oh my gosh, what is that called? The day that he supposedly won the election. I'm not saying he did, I'm not saying he didn't, I just said supposedly. They've got us all tripping over our words and censored and everything else, and supposedly they're coming after our YouTubes like crazy right now. Anybody that's been around the 1776 or the DC Gulag for the J6, they're supposedly the streamers. They're supposedly coming after our live streams, but I'm so not techie that there's not a darn thing I can do about it. I try to be careful. I resent having to be careful, but just keep streaming. Turtle Rescue is a good episode to start at. Turtle Rescue. I've rescued some turtles in my life. Who and where is Danny? Gloria may have taken care of Danny. His statement, it may have gotten erased. Because the way that he said it, it just didn't sound quite right. I don't know. And then he didn't clarify. Love you all. Gloria, thank you so much. Gloria says, I don't either, Navy Mom. That lets you know right there what happened. Love you, Gloria. Or maybe they erased it themselves. Who knows? Because it didn't come out the way they wanted it to. I don't know. See you soon. Oh yeah, I was looking at my Rumble today, and it's there. I can't figure out how to post to it because I started it with Matthew, my friend Matthew from the TPC, and I may just need to start over from scratch, which is fine. Do that. Hey, Missy. Now they're coming after your Facebook too. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. Save any photographs that you want. Oh my gosh, it's so crazy. Danny, so Danny's back on here again. He says, so Biden, he's asking, he's like, so Biden was right? All Christians are domestic terrorists? That's a stupid question. It's leading. I don't appreciate it. I'm a Christian. I've been saying, Danny, either explain yourself or just stop. Because I am certainly not a domestic terrorist. I am certainly not. And I am a Christian. I believe in Jesus as my Lord and Savior. He saved me 15 years ago from the depths of the abyss. And I'm forever grateful. And I've had the most amazing journey getting to know Him through His Word and learn more about Him and just see Him working more and more in my life. It's just like amazing. Working in your life is just amazing. It's been the most awesome experience ever. It's a spiritual journey that'll continue. And back before I was saved, before I got sober and clean, I'd be terrified. I didn't know, because I didn't know. I knew there was God. I couldn't deny that, but I just didn't. I thought He was mad at me, and I didn't know if I was going to be going to hell or what. And I'd suffered so much that I would be so miserable and so wrought with anxiety because I had suffered so much already that I'm like, so what? I get to suffer for all eternity too? It was awful. It was a horrible existence. I got saved, and it's like all that fear about the eternity, the eternal life went away. It absolutely went away. I have to work on my PTSD and anxieties, like they're nothing crippling like they used to be, but it can have those smoky currents to it sometimes, but I know what to do with it. And but it's so much better going through life's difficulties and tragedies and disappointments and fears, etc., knowing that Jesus is with you. Or with me, I should say. I'm speaking for myself. It makes you want to fight even harder. Wonderful. Run for office. Missy, creatively, run for office. That'd be awesome. After you're done with school. Not your school. You're the complete opposite of... Or just be involved with your school board, which you probably are. Or not know... Well, you could be involved with the school board even though you're doing what you're doing. Absolutely. You know, there's just so many things that we all can do, but we've got to... We can't fight on every front. We'll go crazy if we try to and think we're supposed to. We got to pick those battles, you know? Right, Annette? Yeah. Christians need to be getting louder. That is for sure. God bless the churches that stood up against the lockdowns. God bless them. Not all of their cases and fines are over yet, but cases have been won. Good night, Gloria. Thank you so much. Have a gorgeous evening. Caitlin, that's legal stuff, and I don't want to talk about it. Honestly, that would be for Josh. You know, if he wants to talk about it on his live stream, that's one thing. So maybe hop over there and ask him. But you know, I don't want to share what little he has shared with me, and I'm talking about it's very little, very minimal, nothing impactful. But that's not mine to share. And then we're talking about legal matters, so I absolutely refuse to. I repeated tonight what Randy had said, and then I've directed y'all to just go back through this through this stream and listen directly to what Randy stated tonight, because Randy has been directly involved with Josh, and Josh is dealing with this, so. Josh went to Randy and asked for his assistance, so that's all I'm willing to say about it, which I think you understand. Yep, you got it. Better to go right to the sources, right? Anytime I don't do that, I get myself in trouble, right? Yeah, you got a lot on your plate, Missy, but you know, if you feel like that's where what you're being led to do, then that's what you do, you know? And God bless you for it. God bless you for everything you do already. Raising healthy children that are well educated and not brainwashed is I think one of the most outstanding things a person can do that has children. Oh, nuts. Whoops, I gotta go over here. Oh. Okay, oh, Lindy, I thought you were on earlier. So it looks like, if I got it right, you can rewind a little bit too to what was said. Kelly had apparently got in touch with Mickey and stated that she would be reaching out to get his dog, unless there's two different guys with German Shepherds. You know, shoot. Sorry, y'all. I got a little confused. But I believe Kelly said that she would watch him. John's girlfriend, Kelly. The one with the long hair with the streaks in it that comes out. And she spoke at the rally Saturday. Super sweet gal. Oh, Lily, are you upset, honey? You want to watch his dog? Yeah, that's awesome. We can try to get some clarity on making sure that that wasn't another German Shepherd. I mean, it seems odd that it would have been. If she can get him, of course, you know, but... Remind me tomorrow and we'll ask again, okay? And get some more clarity on that. Or you can go back and rewind and hear what was said. And then, but I still think that probably it needed more clarity. That's what I got. Missy, it's hard to read the really long ones. Oh, you have to pay $10 a month to live stream? Oh my gosh. I didn't know that. God knows I don't need one more bill. It doesn't get nearly as much traffic, but it's going to have to. If we all want to be able to communicate without paranoia and censoring ourselves, you know, against the tyranny of censorship, then we've got to get used to it. We got to get over there. I'm praying that they're going to turn it into something that's more user friendly. In Tommy's stream, you have a rescue willing to transport and Kelly willing to foster. Okay, super, Glenna. Awesome. Thank you for checking that. Sometimes Mickey talks fast too, and I'll miss it. I'll miss some of it, and not realize that I did. So thank you for checking on that. Never take my word for it. Check the facts for yourselves. I'm just here to be there for you, I guess. I don't know. Oh, me and all my quirks. God bless y'all for hanging in with me. I'm so grateful. I can't do all this without you, so thank you. Yeah, that is good news. Lily, God bless you for wanting to help. That's beautiful. Amen, Missy, I know. Oh. Oh my goodness, I don't know. Can you put up, Glenda, can you put up Tommy's, his site? I need to sit down with him and get him to help me streamline my page. That's what I need to do. My channel. Josh has offered to help, and then I don't get to see Josh because he's not there at night. I was with him yesterday, but we were all on a mission to nowhere. We were already where we were supposed to be. That's so funny. At the oh my gosh. At the courthouse, and Mickey and Nicole and everybody, Randy, they all saw us from inside. They just didn't get out to the door fast enough. They watched us walk away to go all the way up the Capitol Hill again to a building that is not a courthouse, because Steve or somebody thought that we were at the wrong place. And then once we got up to the top of Capitol Hill and to that place that's not a courthouse, the 333 Capitol Hill or whatever it was, and someone says, oh yeah, that's why we saw Justin's truck down there, so they must have been inside. Down at the original courthouse. I got a lot of exercise yesterday, so it's like, when do we ever get an opportunity to sit down and work on the pages? Well, I did a lot today. I do some, but I don't get that far, you know. It's the same as Steven Tyler said. It's the same as my YouTube channel, Missy Creativity. Yeah. Oh, it's a... in the daytime, it's like a... Ooh, jeez, there's a car over there. In the daytime, it's like, it can be like 50, 45... it just depends on traffic. It just depends on traffic. There's a little bit like, hi. I just want to tell everybody good night. I'm going to be getting off of here now, and I just wish you all a blessed evening. Thank you so much for the encouragement and support and the love and the prayers, and I have all that for you all as well. And we're all going to get through this. We're going to totally get through this. So it was just an emotional night. Anyway, God bless you all. Glory be to God. And I'm going to see you all tomorrow at some point. Hug your loved ones. Kiss your kids. Give them a big old kiss on the forehead. And a big old hug from Glory be. And just, we know that God's bigger than all this. It's going to be all right. God bless y'all. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Sweet dreams. We're going to put on our cloaks of armor for tomorrow. Amen. I think Gloria already went to bed, and I didn't see Uncle Deuce on here, so we're praying that he's had a good evening, and we'll look forward to tomorrow. I had to go by the grocery store really quick and use their restroom. So we made it. All right, y'all. See you tomorrow. Night, night.